Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be testing out some Wet n Wild products. I tested out 4 products in a brush. So if you guys want to know my thoughts on them, my first impressions, and how I got this look, just keep on watching. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna first prep my lips with the Hanalei lip treatment, just so our lips are hydrated. Now that we have our lips prepped, I'm gonna prime my eyelids, and I'm gonna go in with the Essence I Love Stage, or I Heart Sage eyeshadow base, and I'm gonna blend that out with a brush. I was gonna upload a different video besides this, but I didn't like how the footage turned out and I wasn't like super happy with the look, so we're just going to do this. And I'm just putting on a thin layer. And now to set it, we're going to be going in with our first little product that I'm trying, the Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow palette in the shade The Naked Truth. I ordered this all online. It got to me this week that I'm filming. I'm going to go in with the base shade and set the eyeshadow base. I'm just applying that to the entire lid. It does have a lot of kickback. I always do like the feel test with my finger. That way I know the eyeshadow base is set. But I really like this shade. I'm just using like a fluffy eyeshadow brush to do this step. There isn't really a transition shade in this palette, so I'm just gonna take this eyeshadow. It's the Dirty Little Secret Cosmetics eyeshadow in the shade Teaser, and I have a crease brush to try out. This is the e.l.f. crease brush. I swear I can never have too many crease brushes because they're great to like blend shadows and stuff. I'm going to actually mix it with the base shade in the palette, so that way we like create like a lighter shade of this. And I'm just going to apply this in the crease for my transition shade. This is a really good brush for like getting that nice like blend, because it's like super fluffy and it's not that dense. So this is like perfect for like blowing out that crease, and like especially the transition shade where you just want to put a shade down so that all the other colors blend. I like this. And it was 99 cents. So, I mean, and I pulled everything that I own from Wet n Wild out that I've already tried, but I just want to keep with like the Wet n Wild theme. But I don't have everything, so that's why I'm using like other than Wet n Wild. Now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. crease brush. I'm sorry for the lighting, the sun keeps going in and out, but I'm going to go back in with the Wet n Wild palette, and I'm going to take the definer shade and just focus that more on my crease, because this is like a more narrow crease brush. So like deepen it up. I think I'm going to go for like a smokier eye today, just because of the shades in this palette. I'm gonna go back with that Wet n Wild brush and blend out the edges. So you want a smooth blend. These shades do blend out really good, and especially with this brush. I really like this brush, but it does have a lot of kickback, and I mean, I'm not like super mad at it. My left side, it just doesn't pick up pigment as well as my right eye, so I just like go until I give up pretty much. My left eye, it's the trouble eye. Then sometimes it gets too much pigment, then I have to add more to the other. It's just a process. And I want to do more like talk through videos. They're just more fun for me, but I can only film them when there's like no one home, or else you hear like everyone in the house. I'm gonna take a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna go in with the eyelid shade. I'm gonna apply that to my eyelid. These are pretty pigmented. Wish I had a closer up mirror. Yep, we're going for a smoky eye today. When I do my eye makeup, I like have my mouth open a lot because that's like my concentrating face. And I'm just gonna go back in with the Wet n Wild crease brush and blend it out. I'm gonna take some of the brow bone shade, I think. Yeah, that's my different eyeshadow brush and apply that to my brow bone. It has like a greenish tint. Did not think I was gonna go this smoky. Put the base shade, like take it on my ring finger and apply it to the inner corner. But we are gonna apply like a different shade there after we finish our face. I just applied it to the brow bone. I don't want to put on any falsies today, but I am just gonna go in with some mascara. This is just a sample of the Smashbox X-Rated mascara volumeter. I don't know what it says. I think that's an airplane. And because I'm not putting on any falsies, I want my lashes to be big. Tea break. Now it's time to go on to the face, and I'm just gonna prime my skin like I usually do with the Benefit Professional. And let me know if your guys is Professional, if you guys do have it, if it like sometimes separates, so it like comes out a little liquidy. I don't know if I just need to store it differently, but let me know like if that does happen to you, or let me know how you guys store yours, because I need help. And then Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. I'm gonna let my primers like sit and stuff before I go on to my foundation and all that. So because I do have like a few spots and stuff, I'm gonna just go in with my Revlon Photo Ready Concealer in the shade Light Pale. I'm just gonna blend it out with my finger like a little bit. For foundation, we have a new one to try. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I didn't know what shade I was going to be in this foundation, and I thought I was going to be a mixture of the two, so I grabbed the two because the one in between them was sold out. But I got the shade Porcelain and Soft Beige. Porcelain is for fair warm, and Soft Beige is for light medium warm. Even though I'm like super pale, I have like a warmer complexion, so I'm gonna shake these up, and I'm gonna just combine the two, but do more of the porcelain than the soft beige. Now I'm just gonna add like a little bit of this. This shade reminds me of W1-2 in the L'Oreal True Match foundation. It reminds me a lot of that, and that is the lightest shade that they do sell. It has almost like a paint primer scent. To blend it out with a beauty blender, and I'm gonna just spray some face mist on it and just blend it out. I've never like mixed foundations before, so blending out pretty well. Soft beige is kind of like the shade of my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation in our lightest shade after it's oxidized, because that foundation does oxidize. Kind of have to work quickly with this foundation because it dries pretty fast, but it's leaving a really pretty finish on the skin. So maybe my shade is Porcelain more than Soft Beige. So I'm glad that I got both of them, because if I do have a tan, which is rare, I can use a soft beige one or mix them. Now before we do concealer and stuff, I'm going to do my brows. I'm going to do them off camera. Before that, I'm going to just apply the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme. I used to do this a lot like towards the end of last year, but I just kind of stopped, and I'm like, I want to do it today. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows, and for that I'm just using the NYX eyebrow cake powder, and first putting on the NYX eyebrow shaper. So I'm gonna do that and then I'll be right back. The difference eyebrows make. Now for concealer, we have a new one to try, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. So it's supposed to match like the foundation. I got the lightest shade. Honestly, it's darker than the palest foundation. Like they should come out with a lighter concealer than this. This is a shade of light ivory. And I have like a lot of darkness under my eyes, which is, I don't know what's going on. Just your standard doe foot applicator. Just gonna apply this underneath the eyes. It's like a more of a thicker consistency than, let's say, like the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Blend it out with the Beauty Blender. I don't really know if it did anything, to be honest. Now let's set it. For that, I'm just using the Maybelline Master Fix Setting and Perfecting Loose Powder. It's not my favorite powder, but I'm like out of my favorite powder. I'm having trouble finding the NYC loose face powder. Not on Amazon. With like the colder weather, my skin has been becoming a lot drier. And I don't like the smell of this powder. I actually really like this foundation. But this powder though. And the foundation gives more of like a matte finish. At least on my skin. This powder is just making my skin look really cakey. In order for like bronzer and stuff to look good on the skin, I have to set my face. Now for bronzer, using Benefit Hoola as usual. I've not played with makeup in I don't know how long. I just like stay in the same rut. So for me to like try out all these new products, it's like my dream come true. I'm also just gonna take the e.l.f. crease brush and contour the nose. And I'm gonna take the SL Miss Glam brush, contour these cheeks. For blush, I'm gonna be using the Wet n Wild and Fergie collection. I don't know if this is still available or what, but it's just Rose Golden Goddess, the shimmer palette, but I'm using it as blush. I'm using the Luxie blush brush, which I will be talking about in my Ipsy big video. But I think this I'm gonna put up before, and I am obsessed. We have a new highlight to try. I remember when this first came out, I believe it was last year, and it was like limited edition. It like sold out everywhere, but they brought it back, I believe, and it's the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. I'm excited. I'm just gonna take my regular highlight brush and apply it to the cheekbones. This is a more of like a glow from within highlight. I'm gonna do the other side and then I'm gonna try it wet. This is supposed to be Mega Glow. Can you guys see the glow? I'm gonna try this wet. Just gonna grab some product, spray my brush, grab some more product, and try it. This is more of a glow from within kind of highlight. And yeah, it's more, I feel like, a blush topper than a highlight, because it does have like pigment to it of like a blush, and not really a fan of that. I'm going to actually apply some of this to the inner corner and the brow bone, like the highlight. Pretty like inner corner highlight for this look. Let's do under the eye. I'm going to take the definer shade, just the tiniest amount, and just apply a tiny bit of little lash mascara. Before we go into lips, I'm gonna spray my face and blend it out with the Beauty Blender. I'm just using the Sephora Beauty Amplifier, because I want to take away that powder. Then for the lips, gonna go in with the NYX Peekaboo Neutral Lip Liner. I'm gonna go in with Bare It All by Wet n Wild. Actually, no. I'm gonna go in with Mochalicious. I'm gonna fix my hair really fast. But that was me testing out some Wet n Wild products. A little recap. The eyeshadow palette, the one in the Naked Truth, I just wish it had more matte shades in it. But other than that, it's pretty good palette. The foundation, I really like the foundation. Just need to know that I'm more porcelain than soft beige. The concealer, it's too thick for me. It's creased underneath my eyes, and yeah, and they need to bring out a lighter shade. But maybe this would be good for like blemishes and stuff. Test it out that way. But other than that, the Photo Focus concealer is not my favorite. The crease brush, I love this. It is like perfect. I am really happy with that. The Wet n Wild highlighting powder in, oh, I didn't say what shade this is. This is in Precious Petals. It's not my favorite. I have to say it's not my favorite highlight. I wish it was more blinding, I guess. I wish there was like a lighter shade than this. But that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel or give it a thumbs up, or both. If you guys have any video requests, you can leave them in the comments down below, or at me on my social media, which is all under SassMaddie YT. See what's spelled here, both Twitter and Instagram. And let me know what your favorite Wet n Wild product is. I kind of want to do like a full face using Wet n Wild. So let me know what your favorite products from them are. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.